Women test men all the time, and most men fail without even realizing it. Every interaction, every conversation, and every situation is a chance for a woman to measure you. She's not doing it because she hates you. She's doing it because she needs to know what kind of man you are. Weak, insecure, needy, or strong, confident, and in control. The problem is, most men react emotionally to these tests. They argue, they chase, they try to prove themselves, and every time they do, they lose. A woman doesn't want a man who crumbles under pressure. She doesn't respect a man who explains himself like he's in a courtroom. She's watching how you respond, not what you say. When she pulls back, do you panic? When she criticizes you, do you get defensive? When she flirts with other men, do you get jealous? These are all tests, and they are happening every day. If you don't know how to handle them, you'll fail before you even get a chance to prove your worth. But here's the truth. When you pass a woman's test, you become the man she can't resist. She sees your strength, she feels your presence, she knows she's dealing with someone rare. And that's exactly what keeps her hooked. This video will break down the 7 biggest ways women test men and why so many guys fall for them. More importantly, before we start the video, I want to remind you that my exclusive online course on mastering the dating game is available now. If you've been learning from my YouTube videos, you're only scratching the surface. This course goes deeper, teaching you everything you need to know about the dating game, from approaching a woman to building real attraction. We just completed section 4 in the course, and these insights aren't shared anywhere else. It's easy to access with multiple secure payment options. There are only 5 discounted slots remaining using the promo code. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or check the link in the description to enroll now before the offer is gone. 1. She creates drama out of nowhere. A woman will test you by creating drama out of thin air. 1 minute, everything is fine. The next, she's upset, distant, or making accusations that don't make sense. It could be about something small. Maybe you didn't text back fast enough. Maybe she suddenly acts offended by a joke you made. Or maybe she picks a fight over absolutely nothing. If you don't understand what's happening, you'll fall right into her trap. Most men fail this test immediately because they don't recognize it as a test. They think she's genuinely upset and rush to fix the problem. They start explaining themselves, apologizing, or asking, "What's wrong? What did I do?" The moment you do this, you lose. She sees that she can pull you into her emotions and make you react. That kills attraction instantly because women don't respect men who are controlled by their feelings. A high-value man handles this differently. He doesn't fall for the bait. He stays calm, unshaken, and in control. If she starts acting dramatic over something meaningless, he doesn't panic or chase. He either ignores it, laughs it off, or walks away from the conversation entirely. This response shows her that he's emotionally strong, and more importantly, it shows her that her drama has no power over him. The moment she realizes she can't control him with her emotions, the test is over. Let's take a real-life example. You and a woman are out at dinner, having a good time, and suddenly, out of nowhere, she crosses her arms, looks away, and says, "I feel like you don't really care about me." Now, a weak man would immediately start over-explaining. "Of course I care about you. What do you mean? Did I do something wrong?" He tries to solve the problem she just created, and in doing so, he shows her that he's desperate for her approval. That's a huge mistake. A man who understands women will respond differently. He won't react emotionally because he knows it's just a test. Instead, he might smirk and say, "That's cute," anyway, and continue enjoying his meal. Or he might lean back and say, "If that's what you think, that's fine," and then let the conversation die. By doing this, he's showing that he's not affected by her little game. And that, ironically, is exactly what makes her feel even more attracted to him. This is the kind of man a woman can't shake. The more you stay in control, the more she respects you. But if you let her pull you into drama every time, she will lose respect. And once that happens, attraction is gone. Never fight her emotions with logic. Never try to reason with her when she's in the middle of creating drama. Pass the test by staying centered, detached, and in control. 2. She pulls away to see if you chase. A woman will suddenly pull away, act distant, or become less responsive to see what you'll do. She'll go from texting you first and being excited to see you to barely responding or making excuses about being busy. This isn't always because she's losing interest. It's often a test. She wants to see if you'll chase her or if you'll stay in control. Most men panic the moment this happens. They start texting more, double-checking if she's okay, and asking things like, "Did I do something wrong? Are you upset with me?" This is the worst thing you can do. The second a woman senses that you're chasing her just because she pulled back, she knows she has the upper hand. That's when she loses respect and starts seeing you as weak. The reason women do this is simple. They want to see if you're emotionally secure. If a little bit of distance makes you anxious and desperate for her attention, she knows she can control you. She wants a man who is solid, who doesn't react like a child every time things feel uncertain. She needs to see that you're strong enough to handle distance without losing yourself. So how do you pass this test? Simple. Do nothing. If she pulls away, let her. If she stops texting as much, match her energy. If she cancels plans, don't beg to reschedule. Keep living your life as if nothing happened. A woman's biggest fear is a man who doesn't need her for emotional validation. The moment she realizes that her pulling away has no effect on you, she starts questioning herself. Why isn't he chasing me? Did I lose him? And just like that, she starts chasing you. Here's a practical example. You've been seeing a woman for a few weeks, and suddenly she stops texting as often. A weak man immediately starts sending, "Hey, you okay?" Or "Did I do something wrong?" And if she doesn't respond fast enough, he follows up with more messages. That's when she knows she's got him hooked. The man who understands women handles this completely differently. He notices she's pulling back, but instead of chasing, he simply stops initiating contact. He doesn't get mad. He doesn't demand answers. He just focuses on his life. Maybe he hits the gym, goes out with friends, or works on his business. Days later, the woman suddenly sends, "Hey, I feel like we haven't talked much lately." That's when she realizes she miscalculated. He wasn't waiting around for her. He was too busy living his life. When you pass this test, a woman will feel a deep respect for you. She sees you as a man with options, a man who doesn't crumble under pressure. But if you fail by chasing, over-explaining, or acting desperate, she will lose attraction fast. The best response to a woman pulling away is simple. Let her. If she's truly interested, she will come back. 3. She brings up other men to see your reaction. A woman will test you by casually mentioning other men, whether it's her ex, a co-worker, or some guy who hit on her. She's not always doing this because she's interested in them. Most of the time, it's a test. She wants to see how you react. Will you get jealous? Will you start competing for her attention? Will you act insecure? The way you respond determines whether she sees you as a strong man or just another guy. She can manipulate emotionally. The biggest mistake men make when they hear a woman talk about another guy is reacting too emotionally. They either start questioning her, "Who is he? Do you like him?" Or they get defensive. "Well, I have other options too." Either way, they're failing the test. The moment you show any sign of insecurity, jealousy, or neediness, she loses respect for you. Women do not want men who feel threatened by competition. They want men who know they are the prize. So how do you pass this test? You stay completely unfazed. If she mentions another man, you act like it's irrelevant. You don't get upset, and you definitely don't ask questions about him. Instead, you brush it off, or even play along. If she says, "This guy at work keeps flirting with me," you can respond with, "That's cute. Maybe he'll give you a discount on coffee." If she talks about her ex, you simply say, "Sounds like he was a great guy. Too bad it didn't work out." And then you change the subject. The key here is showing her that you are completely secure. A man who is truly confident in himself does not waste energy worrying about other men. He knows that if she's talking to him, it's because she's interested in him, and if she ever chooses someone else, he won't chase. He'll simply move on. That kind of attitude is rare, and it makes a woman respect and desire you even more. Here's a practical example. You're on a date, and out of nowhere she says, "My ex used to take me to places like this." A weak man would instantly feel the need to prove himself. He might say something like, "Well, I can take you to even better places," or "I'm not like your ex. I actually know how to treat a woman." The problem with this response is that it puts you in competition with a man who isn't even there, and the second you start competing, you've already lost. A strong man, on the other hand, would respond with something completely indifferent like, "Oh yeah? Hope he tipped well," and then continue enjoying his meal. No emotional reaction, no signs of jealousy, just unshakable confidence. And guess what? That's exactly what makes her see you as superior to every other man she's ever dealt with. If you show insecurity, she will test you even more. But if you remain calm and in control, she will realize she can't shake you, and that's when she becomes even more attracted. 4. She starts an argument to see if you lose control. Women will often test a man by provoking him. She might start a pointless argument, criticize something about you, or make an unreasonable demand just to see how you react. She's not always doing this because she's mad. Sometimes she's testing your emotional control. Most men fail this test instantly. The moment a woman challenges them, they either get defensive or start explaining themselves. She complains that you don't spend enough time with her and you immediately start justifying yourself. "But I've been busy with work. I thought you understood." Or she throws a random insult and you react emotionally. "Why would you say that? That's not fair." This is exactly what she wanted, to see if you can keep your composure or if you're easily thrown off balance. The truth is, women do not want men who are easily controlled by their emotions. They want a man who can stay calm under pressure, who isn't reactive, and who doesn't feel the need to explain himself constantly. A woman's attraction grows when she realizes she can't shake you, no matter what she says or does. So how do you pass this test? First, recognize when it's happening. The moment a woman starts arguing over something that doesn't make sense, or gets overly emotional about something small, take a step back mentally. Instead of reacting, stay calm. Do not raise your voice. Do not get defensive. Do not start over-explaining. If she says something ridiculous like, "I feel like you don't care about me anymore because you didn't text me all day," instead of defending yourself, just say, "You know that's not true," and change the subject. Here's a practical example. A man is dating a woman, and one night she suddenly says, "I feel like you don't prioritize me." A weak man immediately panics. He starts explaining everything he's done for her, trying to convince her that he cares. The problem? The more he explains, the weaker he looks. Now she sees him as a man who is desperate for her approval. The strong man handles this differently. He doesn't feed into the argument. Instead, he might smirk slightly and say, "You know that's not true," and then shift the conversation. If she keeps pushing, he remains calm and unbothered, showing her that her emotional storm has no effect on him. And guess what? That's when she starts respecting him more. Women do not want a man they can emotionally control. If she can pull you into every argument, make you defensive, or get you worked up over nonsense, she knows she owns you. But if you stay cool and composed, she realizes she has no power over you emotionally. And that makes you irresistible. A man who cannot control his emotions will always lose with women. But a man who stays in control, who can listen to her complaints without getting defensive, who can handle her moods without being reactive, is a man she won't want to lose. 5. She pulls away to see if you chase. One of the most common tests a woman will throw at a man is pulling away to see how he reacts. She'll suddenly become distant, take longer to reply to your messages, or cancel plans at the last minute. Most men panic when this happens. They start double texting, asking if she's mad, or trying even harder to win her back. And just like that, they fail the test. When a woman pulls away, she's watching one thing. Will you chase, or will you hold your ground? If you chase her, she instantly sees you as weaker. She realizes she has control over you, that your emotions depend on her attention, and that she can manipulate you whenever she wants. And once a woman knows she can control you, her respect and attraction for you drop. The truth is, women don't pull away because they want you to chase them. They pull away because they want to see if you're the kind of man who can stand on his own. They want to know if you're confident enough to keep living your life without needing constant validation from them. So how do you pass this test? Simple. Do nothing. If she pulls away, you give her space. If she takes hours to reply, you take even longer. If she cancels plans, you don't get upset. You just go do something else. If she disappears for days, you let her. No chasing, no over-explaining, no emotional reaction. You act as if it doesn't bother you at all. Here's a practical example. A man is dating a woman, and she suddenly stops texting as much. A weak man starts texting her even more. Hey, everything okay? Haven't heard from you in a while? Did I do something wrong? The moment he does this, he's lost. She now knows he's desperate for her attention. A strong man, on the other hand, doesn't react at all. He keeps living his life. He focuses on his work, his hobbies, and his goals. He doesn't reach out. He doesn't ask questions. He doesn't show any concern. And guess what happens? She starts wondering why he isn't chasing her. She starts thinking about him more, and eventually she comes back, but this time with more respect for him. Women test men because they are wired to be attracted to strength. When she pulls away, she is trying to see if you will break. If you do, she loses interest. If you stay calm and unbothered, she becomes even more drawn to you. A man who is truly confident never worries about a woman pulling away because he knows his value. He doesn't chase because he understands that a high-value man never begs for attention. Attention is given to him naturally. The moment you stop chasing, you flip the script. She becomes the one thinking about you, wondering why you're not reacting, and realizing that you are the kind of man she doesn't want to lose. 6. She tests your confidence by flirting with other men. A woman will sometimes flirt with other men in front of you, not because she wants them, but because she wants to see how you handle it. This is a brutal test that most men fail instantly. The moment they see her laughing with another guy, getting a little too friendly with the waiter, or entertaining a man's attention, they react emotionally. Some get jealous and start questioning her. Others become insecure and try to win her back by overcompensating with more affection. And some men even start arguing, demanding an explanation for her behavior. The moment you react like this, you lose. Why? Because she just confirmed that your confidence is fragile. She sees that another man's presence is enough to shake you, make you feel threatened, or turn you into an insecure wreck. And once a woman sees you as insecure, she no longer sees you as dominant. Understand this. A high-value man never lets another man's presence affect him. He knows his worth. He knows that he is the prize. And he knows that no other man can compete with him. This is exactly the energy you need to have when a woman tests you this way. So how do you pass this test? First, remain completely unfazed. If she flirts with another guy in front of you, do nothing. Don't show jealousy. Don't confront her. Don't act emotional. Just continue enjoying yourself as if nothing happened. This tells her one thing. You're completely secure in yourself and nothing she does can shake you. Here's a practical example. A man and his girlfriend are at a party and she starts being extra friendly with a guy. A weak man reacts instantly. He either pulls her aside to ask what she's doing or starts acting cold and distant. Either way, he shows her that he's emotionally affected. She now knows she has power over him. A strong man, on the other hand, stays relaxed. He keeps talking to other people, having fun, and showing zero reaction. Maybe he even smirks slightly, as if he finds the whole situation amusing. His energy says, I know my value. If she wants to play games, she can, but I don't play them. And guess what happens? She starts feeling uneasy. She expected him to react, to get jealous, to seek reassurance, but instead, he's unbothered. And that's when she starts feeling insecure. Now she's the one wondering if she just made a mistake. She realizes she might lose him if she keeps playing games, and that's when she starts chasing him again. The key is this. Women are attracted to men who are in control of their emotions. If you get jealous easily, she knows you don't truly believe in your own value. But if you remain calm, if you show her that no man can threaten you, she will see you as a man who cannot be broken. And that is the kind of man she will always respect and desire. 7. She creates drama to see if you break. A woman will test you by creating unnecessary drama just to see how you handle it. She might suddenly get upset over something small, pick a random argument, or accuse you of something that doesn't even make sense. This isn't always because she's actually mad. It's a test to see how strong you really are. Most men fail this test in 2 ways. The first is by getting defensive and arguing back. They try to prove they're right, explaining themselves over and over again, hoping she'll calm down. The second way men fail is by trying too hard to please her. They start apologizing for things they didn't even do just to keep the peace. Both of these responses show weakness. When you argue back, you show that she can control your emotions. If she can push your buttons that easily, she knows you are not fully in control of yourself. And if a man can't control himself, how can he lead a relationship? On the other hand, if you bend over backward to make her happy, you show that you're afraid of losing her. And once a woman knows you're scared of losing her, she loses respect for you. So how do you pass this test? Simple. Stay calm. A strong man doesn't engage in pointless arguments, nor does he beg for peace. He sets boundaries and lets her emotions pass like a storm. If she starts yelling or making accusations, he doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't chase after her, trying to fix her mood. He looks at her, maybe smirks a little, and says something like, "You done? Or I'll be over here when you're ready to have a normal conversation." Then he goes about his business. Here's a practical example. A man and his girlfriend are out to dinner. She suddenly starts acting upset and accuses him of not paying enough attention to her. A weak man immediately reacts, saying, "What? I've been with you the whole night. What are you talking about?" And just like that, he's been sucked into her frame. Now he's on the defensive, explaining himself, trying to make her feel better. She knows she can control him with her emotions. A strong man, however, handles it differently. He notices she's creating drama, but he doesn't engage. He stays relaxed, takes a sip of his drink, and says, "You seem upset. Let me know when you're ready to have fun again," and then he keeps eating. What happens next? Either she realizes the drama isn't working, or she calms down on her own. Either way, she now sees that he's not the type of man who gets easily shaken. Women will test you constantly, not to break you, but to see what kind of man you really are. If you fail, she loses respect. If you pass, she sees you as a strong, dominant man she can't resist. The key is emotional control. Never react with insecurity, fear, or desperation. Stay calm, stay grounded, and always maintain your value. The moment she realizes she can't shake you, she will admire you. Most men keep falling because they don't understand the game. Now you do. Stand firm, pass the tests, and watch how differently women respond to you. If you're serious about mastering the dating game, don't miss out on my exclusive online course. We go beyond what's covered in these videos, giving you powerful insights from the first approach to lasting attraction. Only 5 discounted slots remain, and it's easy to enroll with secure payment options. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or simply click the link in the description to secure your spot. Don't wait until it's too late. Take action now and start transforming your dating life today.